make it there after his essentially huge slump for half this year. But going up against Zest is another thing. This guy's always been on fire. He's always been one of the best Protoss players we have here.
Absolutely, Moonvade. Well, we're going into Echo now for game number 2 to see if TY can tie things up here. If Zest is going to beat his teammate 2-0, take that 2-0 lead here, get a huge amount of momentum. Let's jump into it right here, right now. It's the Star League round of 8, match 1, set 2. Really thought we were going into it, Moonvade.
Sorry, that happened to me earlier.
All right, we're really doing it now. Let's go into game number 2. Down to the bottom right, one of 2 KT players vying for that ace position here in the round of 8. It's TY.
And up here in the top left, we do have the Protoss player up a game. It is Zest.
Now, historically speaking, the more successful of the 2. And, Zest was saying in interviews before basically that he felt like he was definitely the favorite. He was definitely the ace player. And basically, TY just said in response, he's going to try to show memorable games. He's going to try to, make the games exciting. Knowing, I think, that he is a bit of an underdog into this, but no doubt really wants to go to BlizzCon.
Yeah, we actually heard him talking a little bit about it with the Korean casters before it in the change room. He's like, yeah, I have to win today for BlizzCon for the WCS points.
It's very important. We're at this period where StarCraft's kind of finishing up for the year. So BlizzCon is a big tournament at the end that you want to make it to. You want to be able to see all those foreign fans. BlizzCon's one of the biggest, events in the world for gaming and esports, especially, of course, for Blizzard titles, which all of these players no doubt are fans of, especially StarCraft.
Certainly so.
It's a huge event. So exciting to be able to go to that. All right, so early probe scout here. He just wants to make sure TY's not up to any shenanigans.
Yeah, these guys pretty much started off the exact same way last game. Nothing really out of the ordinary. I would kind of be surprised if TY wanted to mix it up at all. He's got this really solid style that he's been doing in just about every TVP, which is like double command center after the racks, like super greedy style. I was kind of surprised we didn't see Zest, try and punish it last game, but I'm sure he's got some plans for it in the future.
Sure. What was the tech of choice for Zest in the previous game? Did he just go into like Robo safe third with Colossi kind of play?
He went for a Colossus drop.
Oh, really?
And it failed completely. There was 2 Vikings waiting for it the moment it came in.
That's what the people were saying in the Twitch chat. Now I understand.
Yeah. Well, this time around, looks like we might see a proxy Stargate.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way. This would be an odd position to proxy your Twilight Council if you're going to go for DTs. Just simply because, it's somewhat close to TY's base. It's more important to keep it hidden than to keep it close if you're going to do that.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Down goes that pylon. Not a bad choice considering how greedy TY was last game. And it looks like he's saving up for that next one. So another quick double command center here.
Yeah, I think, okay, there is a factory though. He's going to drop that down first. And doesn't have enough gas just yet because he made a Stalker and the Mothership Core as well as his Cybernetics research there. So he's doing all things beforehand, but it definitely looks like it is going to be a Stargate. Let's see, though.
Let's see. I'd be surprised if it's not, but I guess it's still, hidden tech in a way.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be that Stargate. He's just playing it with a lot of units beforehand. And should see it placed there.
Maybe there's not going to be that fast second command center. Maybe instead just going to play it from 2 base. Go for a little bit more aggression this time around with that factory early enough.
But both players, of course, in this specific matchup of techs can take a lot of damage because the Protoss player doesn't have protection at home unless he scouts early on or figures this out early on, sends his Oracle back or makes a second Oracle, which some Protosses do. or, you know, the Terran player is vulnerable because he doesn't have a lot of units at home while he sends his drop out when the Oracles come in to do damage. So both players are somewhat vulnerable in this state. Reaper is going to come in here and try to find some proxies, and actually might just see it. It's going to be close. I think he will see that.
Yeah, but it might even just be too late at this point. I mean, the Oracle's already on the way, chrono boosted out. From here, I mean, he's not going to have enough time to really put up the defenses. It's going to save him, unless he gets that Widow Mine in a good place.
Yeah, he saw that probe, which is definitely going to tip him off. He goes to exactly the location where he expects his Stargate to be. We'll see that Oracle. Meanwhile, Robotics is going up at home, and a third CC has been placed for TY. And he's getting a Viking out right away. A Widow Mine placed defensively here. This should be shut down.
Yeah, it should be. At least in the natural, it's going to be completely safe here. It's going to be where these Widow Mines are hiding is the question. And we do see one in that main base, at least.
Yep.
The other one actually near the third command center.
Ooh, that's smart, because a lot of players will try to kill that third CC, you know, building SCV.
Yeah, they really delay it. And it looks like he's not going to commit too much at all to it. He's going to bring that back. Maybe just use it for Revelation later in the game.
That's a nice thing to do when you get scouted like this, because it's obviously going to be very valuable in the later stage of the game. It's not worth like 1 or 2 early SCV kills maybe to lose the Oracle.
Marine's going to be dealing with this Stargate from now on.
Yeah. Zest's going to have to keep that in mind. Might have to make an extra pylon. It's going into Twilight Tech as well as that Robo Bay behind all this.
Kind of just going to that normal style like once again. Making sure he gets the Colossus out in time to deal with any bio-aggression, and Blink on the way to help out against the drops.
Yeah. 2 tech labs for those, both of those barracks, so you can actually research both Stim and Combat Shields very early on here.
Yeah, maybe looking for more of a Marauder-heavy composition as well.
Absolutely. Starts to seem that way.
Double on the way.
Yep. Even before Combat Shields, he really wants that Marauder production started. And with a quick third CC, the Marauders will help him hold it and also pressure with those extra minerals he's going to get from the triple mules. He's going to be dropping that extra saturation. And obviously Zest does have a slightly delayed Colossus production with this. You know, and he's trying to rush to catch up with that, but it also limits his gateway count. He's researching Blink, so it's all very expensive. So holding a third base from Zest is going to be somewhat difficult when these first Marauders come out. He does have a Mothership Core. He did get that early on. He's not skipping that to get his faster Stargate, so he does have a lot of energy built up.
And looks like the third base for Zest is going to be going down to quite later. This is something we've seen again from TY. You know, TY just loves to get a really fast third base if he can. And no real punishment once again. I mean, Zest was looking for it with that Oracle, but not finding it at all. And it's going to give him that economic lead that we did see last game as well. But TY didn't really find a place for it. You know, he almost had the timing that was going to shut down Zest and maybe win the game with pulling the boys, but Storm was finished just in time.
Well, all those extra minerals coming up on this third base. He's going to go for a double drop. Looks like it will be spotted. Well, the ground move out will be spotted by that observer. Here comes the Oracle. Try to get a few more kills here now up to 4. Just slowing down these extra barracks. Kind of important. Also going to check that Stim and Combat Shields timing, knowing that they're both not done yet. But they're both quickly on the way, and it's going to be a Marauder heavy comp. He sees a lot with this.
Here we go with this double drop. And it's looking for that third base. Same time, we do see Bio moving up towards that natural. Scan goes down on the drop, but everything's kind of in position, at least for that third.
Yeah. Stim isn't done yet, but it's nearly done. Blink is going to be done first, it looks like here. Just give him a little bit more defensive power. There goes the Nexus Cannon down in the main. He's going to get one pylon and try to bounce out here. The rest of the Bio does sit back. All these Marines, of course, you know, don't have combat shields yet, so a bit vulnerable. He actually just backs off and lets the third base go.
Yeah, I guess there's no real way in just yet. At least he's forcing out the photon overcharges, so the Mothership Core will be low on energy if he wants to follow up. And I think he will, because he's making a lot of bio right now. He's got his 5 barracks up and running. 1 Stargate as well so far.
He also has +1, so, you know, with all that bio, he can definitely do a lot of damage very quickly. The armor isn't just yet done for Zest, and the combat shields are finishing up now. Let's see how well Zest splits his army here. He's got several Colossi, a few Photon Cannons as well, and another Mothership Cannon just waiting to be used.
He might be looking for a drop in the army. I'm sure he could with Flood.
Oh, we're going to drop here on the main base first. Kill a few Stalkers here. Draw a few Colossi back. There's a quad drop going into the third base. and this entire army is out of position.
Oh, man. This actually could claim the Nexus as well if he wants to focus it down, and he does.
There's so many Marauders in this mix. Plus, he's got the +1, and he should be able to easily escape here. You can also fall back to these Widow Mines.
Yeah, he's going to do 6 damage to those Zealots. He could even, I thought he might even want to try and focus down that Nexus again. It started up as those Marauders were retreating.
Well, 1 medevac lost here. A little bit sloppy by TY, but absolutely worth the distraction there in the top left. And he's got 1 medevac left, so he can continue to drop that in the main base. And yeah, I think he definitely had an opportunity to force another fight there on that Nexus. It looks like he just wants to power up for a follow-up push. He's getting a second starport going into full Viking production. We might even see a 2-2 timing because he is getting a second eBay as well. And that armory, just getting a ton of units out. He's now increasing his Viking count, which of course he did skimp on quite a bit earlier on.
Yeah, he really wants to gear up for that big attack. I do like we are seeing an armory this time. We didn't last time. He went for that pull the boys style. But this time he wants to take it late. He's prepared to take it late from the start, which should make it a lot closer of a game in the late game than last time.
Sure. +2 armor now on the way for Zest, as well as his very first attack upgrade. 1-1 upgrades currently for TY. Another Widow Mine drop queued up to hit the natural, and he's actually trying to distract with this bio to hit this third base again. He's going to go wedge in between his base and hit some probes. Distracts this army. Here come the Widow Mines meanwhile at the natural. Oh my god, that could be a great hit. Just barely out of range.
Scan goes down for that Observer as well, but no Observer to be found.
Yeah.
I like this, a 4th base on the way while this is all happening from TY, so he's keeping that momentum going with his economy. Oh, this could do something.
Yeah,
Could do a lot,
reacting. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Going back to 2014 Widow Mine hits smoothly.
We're going right back there.
Saw that Pro League Widow Mine hit yesterday.
Oh, man.
Or 2 days ago, rather.
Yeah, that was a beautiful thing. And look at this third base going down again. Completely out of position.
TY is now playing tennis with Zest. Even drops 1 more Marauder off and try to kill a few more probes. These Widow Mines, okay, not going to trigger, doesn't look like.
Man, so close. That could have been disastrous. And I'm surprised. I feel like at this point, Zest is running out of options. You know, he's almost tapped out at this point. You know, he's down so far in supply. He's got an army, but he's down a base. He's taking so much probe damage in the other.
He's going to have to hope for a perfect engagement. He does have a few Colossi, but his base is gone for so long. There's so many Vikings out now. It's 3-to-1 Viking ratio at 12-to-4, and 4 more are going to join the fight before any more Colossi. He's trying to make the switch to Storm, but that might actually just be what kills him here, because it's just going to mean that he doesn't have as many gateway units to support his Colossi. I think it's a risky choice, but it's probably the best choice if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
I think it really is like maybe the one trump card he has. If he can get his Storms off, clearly all his Colossus are going to be dealt with these Vikings with such a number, but
huge Doom drop over here. He's bringing the Vikings to support. If those Templar are in position, they could have gotten some great feedbacks. Oh, man, he's 1Aing the Colossi right into the Vikings. They're all waiting there on the side, getting some perfect hits, and that undoubtedly will be game-ending damage. He's losing all of his AoE damage. Even though Storm's now finished, it's just too much damage he sustained there.
Yep.
And now how's he going to hold on to his third base?
He's going to let it go once again.
GG. TY playing an incredible game, too.
Man. Really bringing it back, showing a lot more power in that second game. Yeah, he just he had fun with Zest, man. Like, there was nothing about that. Bad map to Zest, perhaps. Maybe he really dislikes that one.
Yeah. Just, I don't know, a few control